Right now at noon, the governor and city and county leaders announced a $30 million plan to update the Alliant Energy Center. And during an explosive interview with CBS News, R. Kelly denies the sexual abuse allegations against him. Plus, a summertime favorite returns to Middleton when you can see the sunflowers at the Pope Farm Conservancy this year.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now on this Wednesday afternoon. We'll get to those stories in a bit. But first, let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield has a look at your first alert forecast. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, that sunshine once again dependable across southern Wisconsin. It's trying to help us out. The thermometers, though, are not holding up their ends of the bargain once again this afternoon. In Madison, the WISC-TV Skycam, mostly sunny skies, 18 degrees, west-southwest wind at 8 miles per hour, making it feel like 8, but at least it doesn't feel like it's below 0 outside. We are slowly but surely improving this forecast closer to where we should be for this time of year. We're into the 20s already in Platteville, Boscobel, Mineral Point, Prairie du Chien, and Lone Rock at 18 in Madison, with that wind out of the southwest this time at about 8 to 15 miles per hour. It does feel a little bit more like the single digits for many of us. Wind chills will actually max out near 10 degrees, so not too bad. We are getting a little bit better, slowly but better. As we head into the next couple of days, temperatures will continue to warm up. We'll talk about a milder weekend, plus what to expect with our next weather maker on the way this weekend in your News 3 Now First Alert forecast in just a few minutes.
We will see you then. Thank you, Dave. And this just in to our Channel 3000 Alert Center. Kidnapping victim Elizabeth Smart plans to speak in northern Wisconsin next week to help the Barron community following the Jamie Kloss case. Prosecutors say Jamie was kidnapped in October and held against her will after Jake Patterson shot her parents. Smart was 14 when she was kidnapped from her Salt Lake City home in 2002. Smart will speak at the Barron Area Community Center on March 15th to talk about her experience and ways that helped her to move forward. Wisconsin's capital budget will include $30 million for development at the Alliant Energy Center. Governor Tony Evers and several Dane County and Madison leaders made the announcement this morning. The Alliant Energy Center's Master Plan Oversight Committee completed its work on a master plan for the campus last year. That plan includes improvements to the center's facilities, as well as a plan to work with companion plans for the surrounding area. The other plan addresses needs to John Nolan Drive, Rimrock Road, and the Lakeshore. Singer R. Kelly has broken his silence about the 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse against him in an exclusive interview with CBS News. He admits making mistakes, but says he never forced any woman to do anything against her will. Hillary Lane has the story from New York.
I'm very tired of all of the lies.
In an exclusive interview with CBS This Morning's Gayle King, an emotional R. Kelly denied over and over sexually abusing women.
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my life.
Robert. The embattled 52-year-old R&B star is charged with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. Authorities say 3 of the 4 alleged victims were underage when the suspected crimes happened.
Have you ever had sex with anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Never?
No.
I have to tell you, it's so hard to believe that based on all that we've read.
I'm going to tell you something, Gail. There's one thing. I'm going to tell you something.
What the women said about you.
What women said about me. What women. So nobody's allowed to be mad at me and be scorned and lie on me.
Mm-hmm. So they're lying on you. That's your explanation. They're lying on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
23-year-old Joycelyn Savage and 21-year-old Azriel Clary live with Kelly at his Chicago home.
What is your relationship with them?
I love them, and it's like they're my girlfriends.
The parents of Joycelyn Savage believe the R&B star has brainwashed their daughter.
We went from seeing you or talking to you daily or weekly to not seeing you in 2 years. So that is a clear indication to us, and as a mother, that something's definitely wrong.
R. Kelly says the Savages didn't complain when they were getting money from him.
It hurts me so much to hear that being said. And it's just speechless.
Asriel Clary, the other woman living with Kelly, told King her parents are just looking for money.
And if you can't see that, you're ignorant and you're stupid.
Kelly was acquitted of child pornography charges in 2008. He faces up to 70 years in prison if convicted of the new charges. Hillary Lane, CBS News, New York.
And the singer has faced intense scrutiny for more than a decade. It was reignited, that is, in January after the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly featured interviews with 7 accusers and former members of his inner circle. Fitchburg police are looking for a man who attacked a woman in a gym parking lot last night. It happened around 8 o'clock while the woman was leaving the Princeton Club, what used to be Gold's Gym off McKee Road. When she opened her car door, the man pushed her into the car and punched her multiple times. When the woman started screaming, he ran off. Anyone with information asked to call Fitchburg Police or Madison Area Crime Stoppers. People are gathering tonight to remember the teen killed during a police shooting that led to months of protests in Madison. Tony Robinson was fatally shot inside a Willie Street home on this date in 2015. The police department and the district attorney both determined Officer Matt Kenny followed protocol when he fired his weapon and should not face criminal charges. He was a 12-year veteran and reassigned to off-patrol duty after the incident. 2 years later, Robinson's family has settled a wrongful death lawsuit with the city for more than $3 million. That's the largest settlement of its kind in state history. Tonight, anyone can attend a march and candlelight vigil in honor of Robinson. It starts at 6 p.m. at the Social Justice Center on Willie Street, just down the road from where he was shot. Family Dollar plans to close nearly 400 stores this year. The chain is owned by Dollar Tree. The company will also convert 200 more Family Dollar stores into Dollar Tree locations. For those of you living on Madison's south side, the city's considering plans to build a 30,000 square foot grocery store along Park Street. There are also plans to build more than 50 affordable housing units on that city-owned lot. The developer is looking for more than $3 million in financial assistance from the city. A committee will consider the latest proposals at its meeting tonight. And after a break last year, the town of Middleton is bringing back its Sunflower Days at Pope Farm Conservancy. The event will take place between July 26th and August 4th. The amount of people visiting the sunflowers grew from an annual handful in 2007 to 90,000 people over 10 days in 2017. Due to safety concerns because of large crowds, the Friends of Pope Farm Conservancy, a volunteer group, canceled the event last year. The town of Middleton has hired a local event firm to help host the event. It seems like a long way off right now. Up next, we're going to see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you think air fryers are only good for making frozen French fries, boy, are you missing out. Just wait until you try what we're making today. It seems that everywhere I go, I hear people talking about how much they love their air fryers, but they're looking for more ways to use them. So for all of you who have one and are tired of just making frozen French fries, you'll love this change of pace recipe. We start by opening a tube of refrigerated biscuit dough and gently separating each biscuit into 2 pieces. We lay these out on a cutting board and flatten them slightly. Now we dip a chocolate sandwich cookie in some milk for a second or 2, then place it on the dough. Another piece of dough goes over it and we seal the edges, pressing the dough around the cookie. We repeat this until all the dough and cookies are used up. Then we pop them in our air fryer, spritz them with some oil, and let them cook for 5 minutes or so. Then we'll flip them, spritz them again, and back into the air fryer. After they cool slightly, sprinkle on some powdered sugar and get ready to sink your teeth into what tastes like something that you might find at your local fair. If you'd like the recipe for our blue ribbon fried sandwich cookies, simply visit our website, or you can find it in our new air fryer cookbook. I'm Howard with Callie in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an amazing air fried way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Right, Howard, very enthusiastic there. Slowly but surely, things will warm up, we're told. Dave is tracking the weather for us next in our First Alert forecast. Well, hiring slows in February, and Heinz adds new condiments to the menu. Here's Diane King Hall with today's Money Watch report.
Hiring slowed in February. According to payroll processor ADP, private employers added 183,000 jobs last month. That is down from a revised gain of 300,000 in January. Hiring swept across major industries like professional and business services to education and healthcare. The path to a thriving economy could be hiring more women and paying them more. A new study from PwC shows closing the gender pay gap could boost the economies of some countries by $2 trillion. The report analyzed advanced economies based on opportunities available for women. Iceland ranked #1, followed by Sweden. Now, last January, Iceland became the first country to make it illegal to pay men more than women. Carlos Ghosn is out of a Japanese jail. The former CEO of Nissan and Renault posted bail of about $9 million today. Ghosn spent 108 days behind bars after being accused of underreporting his income and faces trial over the charges. And Heinz is introducing 2 new condiment combinations. Mayo Q, mayonnaise mixed with barbecue sauce, and Mayo Must is mayo with mustard. The move comes following the success of Mayo Chup, a blend of ketchup and mayonnaise. Mayo Q and Mayo Must will hit some grocery store shelves this month. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 147 points. The NASDAQ off 55, and the S&P 500 also down 16 points. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee. I think they need to leave mayo alone.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Are we now so lazy we can't mix our own mayonnaise and ketchup together?
Apparently not.
And is that another jug that I'm going to have to put out on the table for tailgating up at Pambo? Heavens, it's getting crowded as it is. So we'll see. We'll see. You never know. There's a new idea born every day, and maybe this is the one. Maybe we'll have to get on that because I'll tell you what, buddy, our investment portfolio for retirement, not doing so good on commodities today. We've got a World Ag Supply Demand Report coming out on Friday from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. I promise you, this is about it as far as the catch-up, no pun intended, process on our federal reports. Remember, the government shutdown really delayed a lot of this information from coming to the marketplace. So traders today are in anticipation of that Friday report, and they're pushing our markets down, quite honestly. Speaking of pushing down, I don't often talk about the livestock trade, but I want to point out to folks how our calf market has been particularly weak. Our cow market came up a little bit, then back down, but our lambs are starting to see that seasonal uptick in price because of the high holidays with Easter on the horizon. We really see our lamb market around Wisconsin ratchet up. Nothing's ratcheting up, corn, beans, or wheat today. In fact, our wheat continues to fall. They are just trying to get in position in front of that Friday report. And honestly, today, there's just not much new information for them to consider either here or around the world. Dairy markets today, I'm pleased to report, are bounced up just a little bit. Barrel cheese up to $1.45. 40-pound block cheese up a penny today at $1.58. But AA butter again kicking Mark's and my retirement ideas to the curb yet again, down 3 3/4 cents, $2.25 3/4 per pound. Now, buddy, tomorrow I'm going to be with my friends from the Ahara Pride Farms for their watershed workshop up in DeForest. Then I'm going to beeline it as quick as I can grab the pups and go up to Green Bay and lay my lips on some of that award-winning cheese during the Cheese Championship tasting event tomorrow. It's a ticketed event at the KI Center, and yours truly, I may not wear a bib because I think that would look a little tacky, but then again, 50 different varieties that I'm going to be trying. Maybe I'll have to do something.
Bring some
deep pockets.
Bring some back. You could do that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There's going to be plenty of cheese to go around. Record breaker up there. So I'll try to post what I can on Facebook and get you some information from the hallowed ground of Lambeau Field and the KI Center.
Good luck to our Wisconsin cheesemakers. They are
Absolutely.
They're doing well. I'll tell you that.
That's right.
All right, Pam. Have a good trip.
Thank
See you
you
later. Dave Caulfield's over in the Weather Center, and it seems like it's been chilly this month.
Yes, it definitely has. Actually, pretty crazy cold to start the month of March. When you start to get temperature departures in the -20s and -30s, you know it's been a cold start, and that's what we've been dealing with over the past 3 days or so. The 4th on Monday was definitely the coldest day of the month so far. We are getting better, though. So we were at -30 for a departure, -20. Today will be a little bit closer to about -15 or -10. We're still about, when you factor in the average high and low, we're about 17 degrees below where we should be for this time of year, but still plenty of this month to make it up, and we will get some slightly milder temperatures this weekend, although we do have some strings attached to that warm up. We do have to deal with some rain, and that rain could be heavy at times, and also some snow, also some more 40s and 30s on the way for next week. So we will get warmer. It's just not all at once. That's the important thing to remember. We're pretty quiet on Doppler track this early afternoon. Could see a few flurries today. Nothing really major. We still have about 6 inches of snow on the ground, so it really does not feel like the first week of March for some of us. And about 4 inches of snow in Platteville under Queen Bee Radio Skycam. Not falling on the ground. Maybe a few flurries today, but that snow activity really shouldn't impact us. Similar story in Madison, looking at partly sunny skies on the Edgewater Skycam. 18 in Madison right now, 21 in Mineral Point, and 20 in Monroe. So we're actually about 5 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. So we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. We just got to keep cheering on those thermometers and cheering Mother Nature on. It does still feel like the single digits, though, across much of southern Wisconsin. 2 weeks. I had to put it all in capital letters just to get myself through this forecast because we have 14 days to go until the start of spring in Madison. We can do it, folks. We can make it. And we can make it anywhere if we can make it here. That may be New York. That may be in Madison for the winter. Who knows at this point? Temperatures will dip through the teens into the single digits as we start off tomorrow. So another cold start. Then we'll be in the mid-20s for highs tomorrow, so a little bit warmer day by day, that trend continuing. A few snowflakes possible late on Thursday into early Friday, especially closer to the state line. Really not looking at any measurable accumulation. It's going to be a pretty minor system for most of us. That system just stays far enough to the south where we really don't need to worry about it. But we are keeping our eye on this weekend system with some rain and then some snow possible on Saturday and Sunday. We have alert days in the forecast for both of those days. And then as we head into next week, temperatures will stay in the 30s on Monday and Tuesday. And then into next week, we are also looking at some more active weather returning for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we will get definitely a little bit milder, but just not right away. We got to practice our patience.
There you go. Thank you, Dave. We'll be back with corned beef recipes. Stay with us. Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is here. 'Tis the season, St. Patrick's Day. And here we are, our annual corned beef recipe.
Doesn't feel like we're close to St. Patrick's Day, but we are.
You got your green on?
Got my green on.
So this is what you buy in the store.
Yeah, so this is a corned beef brisket. This is actually a flat cut. You could
find flat cuts or point cuts. Point cuts are more of a triangular shape. I always dig through and find the biggest flat cuts because we love it.
And you got this little packet
and
thing.
the seasoning packet, always keep that. All of our recipes call to use that. And briskets, this is easy to make, but it takes a long time because you need to tenderize this.
Okay, so what do we have here?
So you can roast it in the oven. So this recipe is called Dijon glazed corned beef and cabbage and potatoes. But I took the corned beef and I put it in my oven-safe like roasting pan with some water, just some extra, with the seasoning packets, some extra black peppercorns and garlic, and that was it. Sealed it really good with foil and let it bake at a 350-degree oven for about 3 hours.
Okay.
So it takes a while.
About an hour a pound or so?
Yeah.
Okay.
So while that was roasting in the liquid, steaming, I did cabbage and red potatoes on my jelly roll pan, and I mixed up some butter, green onion, salt and pepper, and drizzled that over the top. And they take about an hour. And then after your brisket is done, you could take it out, put it on the jelly roll pan with your veggies, and put a little, a mixture of Dijon and orange marmalade. Put that over the top, and then broil it a couple minutes.
Something different.
Yeah, something different.
This is more traditional.
More traditional. So this is our slow cooker corned beef. You could do it in the slow cooker, or you could do it in the pressure cooker or Instant Pot. But the Instant Pot's still going to take about 90 minutes to tenderize it. Slow cooker, I set it on low, let it go all day.
All day long.
All day.
Throw in some cabbage, some other vegetables.
Some cabbage, some carrots, some potatoes, drizzle a little butter, salt, and pepper over at the end. Very, very traditional. So.
All right, the recipe's online?
Online, beeftips.com. Click on As Seen on TV. You'll find these recipes, plus then a lot of great other corned beef recipes. And all the cooking charts are on there, so if you didn't get the cooking methods, we've got it all on the website for you.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
You too.
That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.